Good evening, folks, and welcome to Too Soon to Tell Tuesday. There it is. It is Tuesday.
We don't know.
Tuesday.
It's just
June
too soon.
6th, Livingston Man. A day that will live in infamy.
That's not the correct reference, Mike. That's Pearl Harbor. You're thinking December 7th, 1941 was the day that would live in infamy.
Oh, my bad.
June 6th, 1944, of course, marks the date of the Great D-Day invasion, where we smashed into the coast of France.
That's right.
Brought the fight to the Nazis, bro.
That's
Invaded
right.
France.
That's right.
Operation Overlord.
Had to happen.
So,
yeah, salute to all the folks who gave their lives on D-Day. I didn't see it mentioned very much in the news today, so I wanted to remind everyone that today is D-Day, and a whole lot of people gave their lives today to end the Nazis, man. End the Nazis. And the casualties on our side were, where were we at? 10,000 plus?
yes, this would be the other ones.
10,000 plus. And on the Nazi side, 4,000 to 9,000 killed, wounded, missing, or captured. Yeah,
And
just today. Roaming Prepper, what's happening, my friend?
This is one battle. I mean, the Normandy landings, of course, turned into a whole campaign. But the Saving Private Ryan part of it, that was like a 2-day thing.
That was
10,000 casualties in like 48 hours.
Teresa says, low volume. Livingston Man, could you crank us up a bit? It is Too Soon to Tell Tuesday. Hope that's a little better. Veda, I hope the volume is a little bit better for you now. You guys have to let me know. 2x4 says Moon Sprouts. Hope that's a little bit better. We didn't really mess with anything.
I thought it looked low.
Yeah, you thought it looked low earlier. Hope it's a little bit better for everybody. Let me know in the chat if we've gotten any better. Foxfire says low volume. Interesting.
So annoying.
Shouldn't be. There is a little slider right there. Maybe just jack that guy up a little bit. Hopefully that helps a little bit.
That one is that one.
Vision says a little more. There we go. We're maxed out. Are we omnidirectional or something?
No, I changed it. I mean, what if I'll hit the button again? Any better? How we doing?
Dan H says 5x5, 5x6 by 5x6 says Prepper Book Club. Welcome everybody.
If Eric can hear us, anyone can. Okay. Enough about the volume.
Veda is my daughter, Darth Veda. Welcome. Gear Guy, what's happening, my friend? How are you? Hope all is well. Jay Creature, Ronnie Brun, Sister Marie's Kitchen, the Cuke Farmer, Vision Preparedness in the house. And we just got back from Vision Preparedness's, I just got back from Vision Preparedness's Bug Out Bag Weekend, or Bug Out Weekend, where folks came out and tested out all their prepping and survival gear. Man, it was fantastic to see everybody coming together. And I really hope more folks come out to these events, do some of these events on their own. Foxfire, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Triple Threat Firearms and Defense. I met her this weekend. She taught a class in firearm safety.
It was cool. Like, you posted on the Facebook, pictures of these folks along with their, handle. And it's like, oh, cool. Like a name to the face.
Yeah. Gotta. Ronnie
His
Brun,
Ghost Lincoln looks exactly like I thought he would. I can't wait to share a can of Spam over some breakfast with you, sir. It'd be my pleasure and privilege.
Yeah, man. It's happening. And next time we go out, we're going to have to rent a bus. And we'll all get together and hop on the Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival bus to the next Bug Out adventure. Because a lot of folks I know wanted to go. Some folks have financial constraints and things like that. But I think if we all get together and pitch in, we can make this trip pretty inexpensively there and back if we do it right. So
it's too soon to tell.
It is. It's too soon to tell.
You guys, upstate New York, along with a bunch of other places, is absolutely full of smoke today.
Yeah. I was watching.
As you all saw, the internet blowing up about the red sun and the red sky. I felt like I was on Mars today. And then you could physically smell
the smoke.
The smoke. a little bit of rain and a thunder rumbled, and so at first I thought maybe like the farmers had like a brush fire going, and the rain snuffed it out, and then like I kind of looked outside and it was all red.
Yeah, man.
And then it was like physically forest fire smoke. They got us breathing out here.
Yeah, it's nasty.
It's unreal.
It's nasty. I was watching Dutch Sense. I followed him for a long time. Great channel, huge channel, and he had posted a video, and it's like all of southwestern Ontario like spontaneously combusted last night, and the winds are blowing south, and here we are. Newburgh got hammered by hail today, says Jay Creature. I actually heard that.
Like 6 little spatters of rain.
Yeah, we didn't get very much rain.
And we need it so bad.
Wolfang says the Canadian smoke has made it into Cincinnati. Now, this is something that we're going to talk about tonight. Livingston, man, could you grab that first article for us down there? No, sir, in the purple one. Yes, sir.
This thing?
Nope. Keep. We're getting
so
down
not
to
the first one
so
whatsoever.
there you go. The air now, and then the one underneath
so the
it.
Third one.
Yes. So what we're gonna share with you guys now, you can just close that, I believe. Yeah, there you go. Should be able to close that. Give us a screen share here, Livingston, man. And this is a map of the fire and smoke map. And
I'm going to shrink us so they can see it, boss.
fireairnow.gov. And you can see how nasty the air quality is here on the East Coast. If you zoom in on that, Livingston, man, you can actually read the air quality index in our area. You can see through the whole, from Lake Superior right down through in Pennsylvania and Western New York right now, the air quality is terrible. Absolutely
literal smoke.
terrible.
It's like your neighbors have a smoky campfire that's like, and then
taking
you realize,
over everything.
Well, they kind of do. Like, hey, Canada. Like,
I couldn't even see the Catskill Mountains today.
No.
Driving across the Hudson River on the bridge, there were no Catskills. I took a photo this morning, and it was, I can't see them anymore. They disappeared. It's gone.
I believe it. I estimated
crazy.
visibility to be about 1.5 miles.
Yeah.
At ground level. Like, I couldn't see like tree lines I knew were there on the farm.
Yeah, they just disappear. I
thought it was
so
haze.
smoky. The air quality is so bad. And when folks say, "Why do I need a gas mask, Mike?" Well, because you can only have 3 minutes without air. And when the air quality gets so bad.
Me and Mike are so used to this that it really doesn't affect us. I mean,
no, it's just like smoking all the time.
It's a win.
It's bad outside. It's bad outside. If you have breathing issues, be careful. Stay inside. Air conditioners, things like that are really going to help you out. The air quality here in New York is terrible. In Western New York, it is dangerous. That's what the purple spots are. That's when the air quality goes about 200. Livingston, man, could you zoom in on that? Give us a screen share, and we'll actually click on it and show these folks the air quality and everything. That purple dot right there.
Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Well, there's Scranton, Pennsylvania, and this one over here in New York. Click on that dot, and that's your air quality index. You are at 202, which is very unhealthy. If you click down on this, you can scroll down on the thing. Yeah, it's really, really bad, guys. Really bad. Check out Dutch Sense, man.
Everyone should limit their outdoor physical activity and go indoors if you have symptoms. Sensitive groups avoid all outdoor physical activity.
Yeah, it's dangerous. Like I said, when you get in those purple areas, it's dangerous.
Sensitive groups include people with heart or lung disease, older adults, children, and pregnant people, and those who spend a lot of time outdoors. See, that would be me, but I don't. Yeah. I breathe pollen and grass dust all day.
Yeah, the smoke is bad.
It was annoying. It was, to say the least. It was giving me a headache just from the smell of it. Really,
yeah, it was nasty. She said it's rough in Western New York. Says Captain Pegleg. Yeah, man, the air quality in Western New York is dangerous. So please be careful if you guys need air conditioning or something, call your local town officials and tell them you are having breathing issues, and hopefully they can get you to some place that has clean enough air that you don't have those issues.
Coming out of the winter, perhaps you have some spare furnace filters in your basement or something.
Yes.
Now, my wife built this thing. You take 4 furnace filters and you duct tape them into a square, and you duct tape a box fan. Yes, duct tape a box fan on top of it, and it sucks air in the top through the fan, and it blows it out through the filters, catching all the junk inside this makeshift box.
Yeah, cleaning the air in your house.
Now, air conditioners are not air filters. The best they've got on them is like a fuzz lint filter kind of thing.
Yeah.
They're not going to like clean your air for you at all. And in fact, you're going to dry it out.
Okay.
An air conditioner is essentially a dehumidifier.
Removes humidity from the air.
So what I would recommend is close your doors and windows. You don't want this stuff in your house because it's going to get in. It's going to stick around for a couple days, I think, is the prognosis here.
Yeah, they're actually saying that tomorrow could be worse. Livingston, I think I have another article in there.
It's going to stink up your house, for one. And not only that, it's like, okay, so the nasty stuff is outside. Don't open your windows and turn on ventilation and bring it in.
Yeah, that one
right here, this guy?
I believe so.
Old Ryan Mowawi.
Yeah, from the old Twitter.
I hate Twitter.
This is an active map of the smoke coming from Canada. You see all those fires there in Quebec. They all started overnight last night. All of them. There was no thunder. There was no lightning. All of these fires just spontaneously popped up last night. And the smoke is intense, guys. It is intense, and it's projected to get worse depending upon how long these things burn for. This could get really, really freaking bad. Really bad.
What I haven't heard a lot about is, Canada's ability to deal with this. Now, I read, because I literally went to Google. I typed the dumbest stuff into Google. I literally typed, why sky red in New York?
Yeah.
Today.
And they told you, too soon to tell.
Well, they said, the one I found succinctly put it that Canada is on fire coast to coast.
Yeah.
They are dealing with 435 active wildfires from the eastern seaboard to its western seaboard, half of which are just out of control, just burning with no
end in sight.
Right.
Yeah, no end in sight.
Canada is huge. All right. The only real parallel we could think of in terms of Canada, especially its taiga forest, is Siberia.
Okay.
There's no way that really any nation could deal with a wilderness that size with fires this size,
right?
Especially when it doesn't particularly pose a great threat to population centers.
Yeah. I mean,
smoke
it's
one
natural occurrence that things burn. You know?
And to Canada, this is not like suburban California is on fire. Like people have to evacuate their houses. In some cases, I'm sure they do.
Right.
But in most of it, this is so remote that there's really nothing they can do or are even motivated to do anything about.
Psalms 416 Home and Garden says, question, does anyone know if there may be a fault line to give the benefit of the doubt on ruling out arson? Now, when I was watching Dutch Sense, he had said something maybe about the plates shifting and, magma coming up and lighting these places up. I think that's highly unlikely. There were some smaller earthquakes up there recently, but I don't think that was the cause of this. There had been chats of direct energy weapons and lasers and all of this other stuff. But I think it's very interesting that they all popped up overnight. They weren't there yesterday. None of these fires were burning yesterday. And literally it looked like 30 or 40 different forest fires all along this line, and then a couple sporadic above it, all went off at the same time. And it's putting one hell of a smoke screen over, basically the entire East Coast, all the way down Richmond, Virginia, out into Ohio. It's crazy how wide this is. I've heard theories of China set the Canadian forest on fire so they could sneak in under the cover of all the smoke.
That'll work.
Too soon to tell, guys. Too soon to tell. Too soon to tell.
It's not like it's not a smoke screen, you guys. They didn't pop 350 square miles.
Well, it
of
sure looks
smoke.
like they did, though, Livingston, man. It really, really does. Wolfang says maybe Godzilla did it. Could be. Too soon to tell, Wolfang. Too soon to tell.
Well, I mean, that's the big Illuminati plan. They're going to smoke us out. Like, come on.
Hey.
I ain't buying it. It sounds too complicated.
It's
Directed
nasty.
energy weapons. Here, I got a better. Okay. You know, okay, Chinese general, we have directed energy weapon. Okay. Where you want me to shoot it at? A fucking barren Canadian forest. Don't hit Washington D.C. with it. Whatever you do, no, you should just shoot this like wilderness.
Right into the woods. Right into the woods.
We'll smoke them out. Yeah.
Eric says he feels that it's from flying ambers. It happens. Well, the kicker is that there was no forest fires in the vicinity of this. When you watch these pop up on radar.
Yeah, well, you got that. You have that on one.
The radar.
You saw that on one radar.
They just.
Give me 10 minutes. I'll edit this video to look like what you want it to.
He is pretty amazing with the editing.
Just saying, and with this new age of AI, just because some guy on YouTube, talking to you, Livingston, man, just because some guy on YouTube said it and agrees with you doesn't mean it's true, you guys. No, I'm not like shitting on your theory.
No.
There's smoke
not
outside.
Necessarily
There's smoke outside.
Not my theory, just theories that are floating around.
Let me shut down the Chinese army is hiding him across the Canadian border. I will eat my own ass if that happens, okay? I promise you. The Chinese army is not using a smokescreen to invade us from Quebec.
I doubt it.
Okay.
I doubt it. I highly doubt it.
You're tripping. You guys have gone too far down the rabbit hole. It's time for a sandwich and a nap. Oh, we didn't even notice all the Chinese. You don't even know, Livingston, man. You're not in the loop, dude. You don't listen to the YouTube channels that agree with everything I think.
But nevertheless, the air quality is shit. That is our biggest concern.
There's smoke
right
outside.
now.
There's smoke outside.
Like a lot of it.
Something is on fire.
Yeah. And it's pretty far away.
All I'm saying is it's not what y'all think it is.
I hope not. I really hope not.
Because you're quick to jump on this BS. It was aliens. It was space-based weapons. It was the Chinese saboteurs.
Too soon to tell.
It was some douchebag who didn't keep control of his campfire. And now look at what happened.
Could be.
California burned to the ground. They found the guy that lit the fire. Well, at least they said they did.
Yep, it's true.
It's an insurrection, I tell you. And we're going to get to the bottom of it. We're going to prosecute those responsible.
Persa and Prasa.
And persecute them too.
Persa and Prasa.
Love how like free you just in my messenger, like just clicking around.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's fantastic.
My wife don't even go through my phone.
The fire. Sounds like
it's
rain.
Raining.
Sounds like rain. He's gone.
Holy shit.
It's raining.
But it's like smoke rain. It's weird looking out there. Yo, go look out your window right now if it's raining where you are, because it's weird looking. There's smoke rain outside.
It has been weird looking here all day. Like eerie.
All right, that's it. It's done.
Apocalypse. Eerie apocalypse. Super duper freaky.
I felt like I was on Mars. Like you look up, the sun was red. You could look right at it.
Yeah, and tiny. Big Joe says 420 was 2 months ago, and it finally caught up to us. Could be. The fire danger here in New Yorkistan is not as bad as people think it is. We are under a moderate fire danger risk through the Hudson Valley here. Western New York is at a high fire danger risk right now, according to the DEC. Could you share this map with the folks living?
It's very, very dry here.
It is.
It hasn't rained significantly in, like, I don't know, since wintertime.
Yeah, this is direct from the DEC, and this is their projection for, fire danger in New York State. There are currently no wildfires in New York State or the surrounding area.
Well, I'll be right back.
But it is
back.
We got to be careful if you guys are out having campfires.
One
and
wildfire
stuff,
now. Update your map.
Just make sure that you properly extinguish them and fire watch. All the things that you're supposed to do when you have a campfire.
Big thing that keeps happening. We probably all do, but I follow the local fire and EMS on the social media. People be catching the mulch on fire like all day long, like throwing their. I'm pretty sure the cigarette butts in the mulch in the garden.
Oh yeah.
But because like either nobody's,
it dries out.
It's very just sun bleached dry, and like you can easily.
It's mulch. It's chopped up sticks.
Yeah. So even when you're outside, watch out even where you're throwing your cigarette butts, and days when it's dry and windy, even worse for you. That's fire weather. I can't believe they lifted the burn ban, to be honest.
Yeah, it's super duper dry. And let's see, Firefly Flarm says, look up air quality alerts in NYS. Could you give that a roll for us, Livingston, man? Air quality alerts in New York State. And we'll see.
Okay, but part of me was like, why don't you just look it up?
Well,
we'll do it for you.
We're here.
We're going to do it for you. All right, so here. Air quality what?
Air quality alerts in New York State.
This is what we get.
Bingo. Bingo. View the map. There
now,
you
what
go.
is this, the smoke plume from that shit? You
Correct.
can see it.
Correct.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's thick. And the more you zoom in, the air quality alerts will come up. There's currently 138 air quality alerts. Paul Conroy says, Livingston man going to break out the dragon's breath rounds.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, you're looking at really unhealthy air. Really unhealthy. I mean, once you get western New York, as you slide west, it gets really bad. Oh, you're in a little too close.
I mean, we're in the middle.
So
we're in the
over in the
middle.
The western over there. To zoom in.
Is this west over here? Oh,
Too
look,
far.
Nothing's even going on. Look,
Too
California.
far. Yeah,
looks
California's
clean.
nice. Everything's good over there.
I'm just messing with you because you tried to tell me what west was. Felt obliged to push back.
When you get into the 200 category, which we are right on the border of
185
now,
in New York,
here in the valley. Well, we're like 160, I guess that would be. Wappingers Falls, just across the river. 191. 191's
air quality
really
was never
bad.
good in Beacon.
As you get to 200, it is dangerous for anybody with breathing problems. So be careful. Be careful.
Or as they called it, the defined vulnerable people is if you spend a lot of time outdoors. So if you're like a tradie or like somebody just is out all the time, you've been breathing smoke all day, whether you're a smoker or not.
Captain Pegleg says Rochester, New York. Could you slide over towards the Rochester area for us? Yeah, 216. Wow. That's really bad.
It's near a hot bottom. Never been there. Rochester.
202.
No, she's over here somewhere, right?
No, you're outside of the state.
Here.
There you go. Unhealthy, right at the 180 mark there. That's the Rochester area. Yeah, 180.
It says Henrietta.
Yeah, but that's
you know what?
The more you zoom in, that's the city of Rochester. I know. I drove past it the other day.
Through the middle of this entire plume here, you are in the red. If you're here, like New York State in general is in this smoke plume. As well as it looks like most of Vermont, piece of
New Hampshire, Connecticut,
all the way down into
Massachusetts, all the way down into North Carolina, man. This is it's a lot of smoke.
That's why we have such beautiful freaking sunsets, though, I'll tell you. Now, twice in my life, at least that I remember and have thought about.
See, my Renaissance grandma just got a warning on her phone about the smoke in Canada. It's not in Canada anymore, my Renaissance grandma.
Smoke from Canada.
The slight plume goes as far west as Missouri, as far south as Nashville, around Atlanta, down to Savannah, Georgia, all the way across Michigan into Wisconsin.
I'll show you one more time.
It is humongous.
If you're familiar with U.S. geography, the entire eastern seaboard, more or less, with the exception of Florida.
Red Scout, I agree with you. It does look like Judgment Day is coming outside. Here in New York, it is freaking eerie looking outside. I try to take pictures with the phone, but it brightens it a little too much, so it doesn't look the way it looks with your naked eye.
It just looks weird.
It's like an orange hue to everything. Freaky.
It's too soon to tell.
And speaking of freaky, Livingston man, we have some whistleblowers from the government who say that the government is harboring aliens and alien technology and reverse engineering it. It's the truth. It's the truth. The whistleblowers came out and said the government is rebuilding crashed UFOs. Is it true, Livingston Man?
No, that's not the question. Is this new?
Yeah. This is new. This is
really, because I remember, I think it was circa 1994. My homeboy Fox Mulder told you that same shit. He said that same thing, yo, this is all the way back. We were talking about this on the last live stream, bro. Operation Paperclip and Roswell, and the leap forward in technology that certain nations seem to have been subject to.
That's right.
That just don't seem to make sense. And now
they're coming forward. Blowing the whistle.
4 whistleblowers have testified to investigators they worked on a secret U.S. government program to rebuild crashed UFOs.
Yeah, Johnny Preps, this is beyond Bob Lazar. Beyond him.
Bob Lazar is a polarizing figure. You either are like, this guy's totally familiar, or you're this guy's totally full of shit.
Yeah, it's the truth. There's no in between.
One or the other.
No in between.
Now, what lends his Bob Lazar? I'm going to go into a little.
Could you turn the volume up a little bit, Livingston?
Why does it keep doing that?
I'm not sure.
I know why.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Any better? Should be better. It's up all the way. Should be up now, Patty S.
Bob Lazar was a fellow that came out, and he claimed that he worked at Area 51. He saw all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, and hung out with aliens and stuff.
And they had, I believe he was the one that had the revelation about what they call Dulce Base, if that was a real thing. It's an underground base in New Mexico, where there's an alien civilization. They're allowed to live as they live there. Not, it's a prison.
Interesting.
Is it a prison or is it a sanctuary? Too soon to tell. This is Dulce Base. Okay, look it up. This is the internet, you guys. All right, but so Bob Lazar, but then what lended his story credence is as soon as he came out with all this revelations, the government was like, we never heard of this guy.
He doesn't
never
exist.
Worked for us. He don't exist. And they kind of gave him like cred by doing that.
Yeah.
But that's the tale as old as time. That's Majestic 12 shit.
Yeah, this is all new.
It's not that new to me. I'm not even surprised. Okay,
but it's nice. You know what's good, Livingston.
Christopher Mellon.
Fact that it's not one guy. It's 4. It's 4.
There was 12.
Yeah. What happened?
Majestic 12.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Now, this guy said personally that who is this now? Christopher Mellon, who served under Presidents Bill Clinton and George W. Bush, said he received reports that the government has engaged in a reverse engineering project involving UFOs. He said he personally had referred 4 witnesses to the Defense Department's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, a.k.a. AARO. We all heard of that one. Which is probing 800 reported close encounters between military personnel and UFOs. Each claimed to have knowledge of the secret programming involving the analysis and exploitation of materials recovered from off-world craft. Now, this guy looks exactly like you freaking think he does. Here he is, I personally worked on numerous government projects. No, the fuck you didn't.
Chris Mellon.
Yeah, let's hear the government rebuttal. Where he never worked for us and this is BS. Where is it? Look at this guy. I don't know if I trust him. He looks like an alien, as a matter of fact. Of course he'd say that. He is them.
He may be one of them.
He said in his nerd-ass voice, if we have recovered off-world technologies, our best and brightest minds should be engaged in evaluating it. That's what he said. Christopher Mellon. Are we taking this guy seriously?
He's one of the best and brightest minds.
Where are they doing this?
Let's see. What is he? Scroll back up for just a second, Livingston Man.
He drew gas from an audience once when he said he was 100% certain aliens are living on Earth.
That's interesting.
Go up. How far?
Right there. He says, I think a lot of that's being reverse engineered right now. We just don't understand it, he added. So they are reverse engineering.
I'm going to refer you to this movie.
Alien technology.
Men in Black explained all this.
They did. And
already.
It's funny because, if you listen to the whole Illuminati thing, they have to give you clues about what's they're really up to and what's really going on behind the curtain.
And why would they?
Well, they give clues, but they give clues in
cinema
and music and things like that.
Serial killers. Like, I don't want to play your stupid game, Illuminati. Why don't you be a man and just tell me what you think you're doing?
That's it. Johnny Prep says, they also said Lazar didn't work for them and they couldn't explain his W-2 or his listing in their directory. Did that just go down again?
Mm-hmm. It's because we're switching scenes and there's
automation. It's adjusting.
So stop making me play the news for people. You guys want to
know? It's too soon to tell.
Look up for yourself.
So, are the aliens coming for us? It's too soon to tell. Could be. Could all be part of Project Bluebeam. Who knows?
Know this. Everything you are allowed to know is just that. You're allowed to know that.
Yeah.
By default, that means that someone controls what you're allowed to know, and then by default, that means that what you're allowed to know has been manufactured and presented with an agenda in mind. That we're allowed to know that whistleblowers are out here being loud about UFOs just means that there's some kind of obfuscation and some kind of BS involved here. There's a reason because there's no reason that we should even be allowed to know that. There's like a reason that we're allowed to know this. Like, it's how you have to approach.
It's all propaganda.
It's all
propaganda. Everything that comes out of the government's mouth is a lie or a diversion.
Otherwise, they would never let you know it to begin with.
Yeah.
And it's easy enough. The things that we don't know, we can never know what we don't know.
It's true. It's too soon to tell.
We live, I've said this before, but I like the phrase, so I'm going to use it again, is a post-truth era. The truth is dead and gone. There is no truth. It's been overwritten, overruled, whitewashed, and blacked out. There is no truth.
Absolutely. And it's, again, smoke and mirrors. You said it in the chat. Smoke and mirrors, Cajun. Smoke and mirrors.
That's it. You will never know, and you don't want to.
That's probably the truth. They said it in Men in Black, right? Person is okay. People are not rational. People are not rational. Common sense packed its bags and left a long time ago.
Herd mentality.
People do not know how to act rationally. They hear one, movie star on Twitter say one thing, and that's what everybody believes now. True or false?
Makes sense to me.
True or false? Or a person in a lab coat with some glasses on and a pocket protector and a name tag that says doctor, whatever, doesn't matter if he's real or not, he can influence you to do some crazy shit. Maybe even take experimental drugs. Just saying.
Numerous psychology experiments have proven that people will do the damnedest things. Most importantly, the things that they swear they would never do, they absolutely will. Everything is an illusion. Yeah. Some of us, for better or worse, and better or worse than others, can see through BS. Like, it's almost a superpower, right?
Yeah, to be able to see through the bullshit and the lies and put in the research to find out that the article takes away what the headline giveth.
Every single time.
Right.
It comes out loud and says the thing, and then you read the article, and basically it boils down to like what that said is not actually what happened at all.
No, that was just to get you to click on this and watch it.
And that's
right. So are we all always going to be fed a steady diet of propaganda, Livingston Man?
What else is there? History is dead and gone.
It's too soon to tell.
History is a lie on which whoever won decided was worth telling. And right off the bat, if history is important to you at all, or you think it matters, then it's completely corrupted. So therefore, what you think is historical truth can't be, and therefore, present truth can't be. There is no truth. Only what you saw with your own eyes and was stimulated your own senses.
Well, if you saw it in the real world, not necessarily on the internet. Right. On the internet, because the deep fakes, the AI, the voice sampling nowadays.
It stimulated your actual senses organically.
Yes, yes. And you know what I know? I know that triple threat firearms and defense is real because I met her in person. I shook her hand and said hello to her. I know Paul J. Conroy Sr. is real because I met him. I talked to him. You have to get out and meet these people. I know Love and Life is real because I've met them. I've talked to them. I know Vision Preparedness, Mad Shad. I know all of these people are real. Dan H., Ghost Lincoln, Greenleaf, all of them. I know they're all real. None of these people are AI generated. They are the real deal. They're out there. You must find your tribe and gather with them. Things are getting crazier every day, guys.
But because I have never met any of those people,
Sure you have.
Everything you just said is bullshit. It's like, they're real. I'm like, no, they're not. Like, you see how this works, guys?
Yeah, no, they're real. They're real. They're real. You've met a few of those.
I'm joking. I'm not.
I know you know Santiago. Santiago's our boy.
How's he going to say I'm not real? I'm real, dude. Of course you'd say that. Of course the figment of my imagination would try to make me think it was real.
Dan H., no, I'm not getting into the federal government cheese, but I do think that they are trying to break us all down now, and make us all have to accept the government cheese. I really do. They're trying to push us all into the poorhouse. There was some big moves in the oil markets in the past couple days, so look for those prices to start going back up. And the squeeze is on, guys. The squeeze is on. They are going to squeeze us, squeeze our wallets, squeeze every penny out of us, and make us dependent upon the government. So rage against the system, fellas. Rage against the system. Get to the farmers markets, get to your locals, barter, trade, do whatever you can to make things easier.
Revolt.
Amen.
Did you hear what he just said? They're going to make us dependent on the government, when in fact it is the government
who is dependent upon us.
But the big swindle is you need them.
Jay Creature, it's a left-handed jacket.
That's the thing about European stuff, dude. In America, we call those women's clothes. Look, my zipper's on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
And now a women's jacket, at least used to be, would be zippered on the left-hand side. But you get military gear and stuff from Europe, and it's backwards. I know exactly what he's talking about. I cannot physically use a zipper with my left hand. It just doesn't work.
I don't know how to do it. I wasn't raised to do that.
It doesn't work.
Erica, my fly family, welcome to Too Soon to Tell Tuesday. Yeah, man, the world is getting crazier every day. Gather your tribe, guys. Get everybody together. Know what's up, know where people's heads are at, know their, not necessarily what their plans are, but, see if you can help them out in any way, and back and forth, man. Gotta keep it moving. POTB in the house. What's happening, my brother?
What's that stand for?
Prepping outside the box.
Okay.
That's right. Let's see, who else we got in the house? SRD says, don't lie down. Do not go quietly into the night. Stand up. Amen, my friend. Amen. Eric says, rage against the machine way before their time. Now,
two words. For all that rant and raving I did, I got the main point. I can boil down to 2 words: question everything.
Yep. Firefly Farm. We are inundated with smoke. The Catskill Mountains don't even exist to me. I cannot see them. Heck, I can't see a mile down the road. The smoke is so thick here. It's pretty crummy. I hope everybody's doing well on this Too Soon to Tell Tuesday.
It's too soon to tell. I mean, what's going on?
Yeah, there's still a few more hours. And what follows a Too Soon to Tell Tuesday, Livingston man?
We all gonna die Wednesday.
That's right.
And it just escalated quickly. I mean, today we don't know, but tomorrow, 37. Well, actually, technically, been 38 weeks, but 37 episodes.
I think it's been more than that. There was a couple in there that we had to step out of.
We didn't number them. No, we've done them.
Well, yeah, we did them, but we never added a week that we didn't do. So if we skipped a week, we just picked up the next week with the next number.
It depends on whether we count. What the hell did I call that wish.com thing I did? I'm not gonna make.
Oh yeah.
You're not gonna live. You're not gonna.
We're not gonna make it Wednesday.
Yeah, shameless.
The prepping mantis says the peasants are revolting. Can you say that again? Absolutely. We have to. Secessio plebis, man. Just stop buying into the system. Stop doing the things. Stop going to work. Stop getting your paycheck. That's the way. We talked about this with Prepper Now, and Secessio plebis.
There will be sacrifice.
Secessio plebis might be the last non-violent way back from this.
You got to get over your right-wing bullshit.
Yeah.
Because Secessio plebis
is everybody.
And it relies on you to disregard this. Nobody wants to work. Lazy younger generation. Yeah. If you're self-employed and work for yourself, this conversation is not. We're not talking about you and your situation. We're talking about the people that go out and grind and make a profit for big people way above them. A corporate life I can't even actually imagine.
Yeah.
These are the people that need to bring the damn thing to a grinding halt. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, you work at some big Warren Buffett. Don't do no fucking work.
No, but he reaps all the benefits.
But if all the people who work for him say "screw you, buddy," then he's either gonna have to know what he's doing or he's gonna go fucking bankrupt. This is what it's got to take to bring down a big, huge, heavy, overbuilt system like this. Is for the little people that actually prop it up to stop acting like slaves and act like they're the ones who actually matter, because they are. I sound like a communist, or do I sound like a freedom fighter? You pick.
Let's see. Johnny Prep says, everyone stop paying taxes. That's the fastest way to make them notice. The fastest way to stop paying taxes is
quit your job.
Well, no, you don't have to quit.
It's called a W-2, bud. I don't pay taxes. They steal it
Everybody just stops going to work. Now, it might take some time for folks to fluff their pockets enough to be able to weather that storm. Because I know most Americans have no money in the savings account. Zero. The savings is a joke to most people.
Jay Creature, yes, the sacrifice is you being broke, homeless, and hungry. This is the system that we have allowed to flourish, and this broke, homeless, hungry, and tired and cold is the result of not being a part of it, yes, but what will come after it will be better, hopefully.
Yeah, and I honestly think the only way to stop them from paying taxes is when you put 0 hours in and there's no taxes going into the system. Payroll tax is immediate.
Right. I don't get to choose to pay my taxes. Correct. They steal it first and then claim I owe them money.
Eric, I know that you are in that situation, and all of us are too. We all have to feed our families. We all have to pay the bills to keep the lights on and everything else. But at some point, if you are tired of the system that we're in, we have to break it. Because it's not working for you. It's not working for me. It's working for the 1%. And we have to, it will be suffrage. It will be sacrifice. But when people just stop going to work, that's when real change will happen. That's the last nonviolent, real step that we can take.
Every time it was tried, it worked.
Correct. This method has a 100% success rate. 100%. When Egypt wanted change from Mubarak, I believe was the president that they had at the time, they wanted change from that. So they pulled their own secessio plebis, but they all took to the streets in Cairo, and they just stood in the streets, and they never left until change came. There was no trucks, there was no buses, there was no movement, because you couldn't, because it was shoulder to shoulder people as far as the eye could see. And they brought the capital to a screeching halt. It can happen non-violently. You just have to stop participating in the system. You have to stop. The movement has to be huge, nationwide. And I don't know how we bring this about. This is way beyond my pay grade.
I'll tell you how. You need to break people of this idea. All right, so there's a couple things. The whole disdain for what we see as a lazy generation that doesn't want to work.
Right.
These kids, right? Let's call them the millennials, right? Even though I'm a fucking millennial, if you actually knew what that word meant. Yeah, they look at what we have to do and they're like, that's ridiculous. I'm not doing that. So they don't. So you can be like, oh, kids these days, they don't want to do shit. Do you?
Well,
no, you don't. You
no,
have to.
You have to. Yeah,
and
exactly.
why do you have to? All you're doing is selling your body, soul, spirit, happiness, and time for what? So you can eat, so you can have a roof over your head, so you can have access to water. If I sound like a crazed leftist communist right now, I hope I do. Because what a lot of people need to realize is that if you are a living, breathing, existing human being on this planet, it is your right to stay that.
Absolutely.
And it is not your right to say that anyone else is or is not entitled to that.
No, when I say freedom, I believe in freedom for everyone, not just for me, for everyone, for left, for right, for everybody.
This is beyond social welfare. I'm not saying give everybody free stuff. And okay, so fine. That's the goal. They want to make us all dependent on the government. Do I get to sit home, play video games, be a lazy fat fuck, and just get free shit from the government? Because honestly, that don't sound too bad either. I don't even got to do nothing. Now, that's another way you want to cripple the system. The opposite of what you said. Rebel against it, disregard it.
Yeah.
The other way to bring this system right to its knees is everybody join it. Everybody get the handout. Everybody pull a race gender card.
They won't. Not
do it. They have to.
Everybody. They won't do it.
Then quit.
They won't do it.
But it's one of them things where you got to pick a side here. But all we know is that this house is rotten, cannot be repaired anymore. There is no caulk, bondo, spackle, and
nothing that can fix it. The foundation is
it's got to go,
it's crumbling.
And we need to build a new one in the same spirit, but is going to stand longer this time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna hurt. Yeah. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt everybody. But if we don't do something now, it's gonna be violent later. I think who was it, JFK, that said those who make peaceful revolution impossible make violent revolution inevitable. It's got to go down. If we're going to do it peacefully, we gotta. Will you two fellas stop working tomorrow? If I stop working, an entire business shuts down.
Me too.
An entire business shuts down. If you stop working, something shuts down.
A little bit of pride that all of us should carry around with you is that you do that. Okay, so
you're worth more than you're paid.
And you do it because you want to, because at the end of the day,
people depend on you.
No one can make you get up and do what you want to do except yourself. So when you go out there and do it, however spiteful and bitter you might be about the state of the system, you get up and you do your thing. That's, righteous and everything. Okay,
upstanding citizen.
Right, fine. But at the end of the day, is that going to fix your back? Is that going to fix your broken bones? Is that going to put the blood you poured out back in you?
Not a chance.
And what's it worth to you? Again, like prepping, this is a very personal question. I'm not saying everybody just up and quit your job. It's impossible for most people. I understand that.
Yep.
But I'm planting the seed is all.
Yep.
Think
absolutely.
about it.
Fed Up American, thank you so much, my brother. I really appreciate your donation. Now, some random dude says it's freaking violent now. Brother, this ain't nothing on what a revolution would be, my friend.
Guys, it gets worse before it gets worse, okay?
Yeah. And honestly, if we all just stopped participating in the system tomorrow, everybody decides that, Independence Day, we'll have independence again. We're all gonna, we're gonna keep that week right on going for a month, for 2 months, for 3 months. The bill collectors are gonna call. They're gonna come knocking for the rent, But everybody's going to have to get a knock. Everybody's going to have to get a call. They can't make all the phone calls. They can't knock on all the doors. They can't do it.
See?
Will there be a reckoning? Yes.
No.
Yes, there will be.
Oh,
yes,
there'll be a reckoning, but not on the majority.
No.
Who I mean by that is us, 99% of the people. There'll be a reckoning, all right.
And it's going to take the village to sustain ourselves, to feed each other, to take care of each other, to make sure that nobody goes hungry, to make sure that nobody has their power turned off. They can't turn your power off if the power company is not at work. Just saying. If the linesmen don't go in, nobody's turning your power off because they're sitting home too, making sure that this change comes. The average price of a home, it would take you 20-something years to save enough money for a down payment on a house now. 20 years. Used to be 3 months. 3 months of saving. You could put a down payment on a house.
This current system is rigged against you in general.
Absolutely.
You are never the lie is you get good grades, you go to college, you get a diploma, you get a good job,
you get a degree. You
spend your entire life in debt, paying more money for your things than they are worth, and that is what you're supposed to do. Explain to me, like I'm a kindergartner, why I would agree. It's like life is being sold to you by Rent-A-Center. All right?
It's true. It costs so much money just to exist.
When nowadays. We see, and if you are not smoking fucking literal crack, you have to realize that money cannot be real. Its value cannot be real. It must be exaggerated.
Bug Out Adventure says the problem is people are actually scared of losing comfort, and you're right. You're absolutely right.
Your great-grandmother, not that guy in particular, our great-grandmothers didn't have refrigerators.
Why does this keep doing this?
It keeps fucking with us. Keeps turning our microphone down, too. It doesn't like what we're saying.
What the hell is going on here?
It doesn't like what we're saying.
Switch the chat on me, guys.
We are openly advocating for the downfall of #current system. You know?
It's falling apart. Prepping Mantis, I agree.
Jay Creature, he's pretty sure that if he stops going to work, he's going to be hungry and his power will be off.
That's it. We have to
that sounds
get
to me like
everybody
the threat,
on board.
That sounds to me like the threat of force.
Yeah, it is.
And as an American, as a freedom-loving American, I say, frankly, who the fuck are you to deny me my life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness?
That's right.
Because I won't labor for you?
Yep.
Is that what this country was built on?
Dan H. says this is why they hired 80,000 new IRS cops. Well, there's, 330, maybe 340 million American citizens now?
Mad Chat, exactly. We're running on regular latency here, so a lot of your comments, when we address them, it's going to be a little bit late for you. But yes, Mad Chat, indoctrination camps at 5 years old. He's talking about school.
Yep.
Doesn't end until the college. Be a good worker, soldier, retire, get your pension, die.
No.
Not anymore. Now you don't get the pension and you don't get to retire.
See, Big Chap already coming up with the solutions. The lightning bugs. Got it. I know a lot of y'all are feeling what I'm saying and are nervous about the possibilities of not everybody jumping on board.
Let me be like this.
That's the one thing that would screw all this up is the guy who says, I've got 23 and 3/4 years in. I just need a year and a quarter and I can do it. I'll retire and then I don't have to worry about this shit anymore.
Can I throw some shade on everybody real quick? All right. So y'all out here ready to take on fucking EMPs and fucking CMEs and the Chinese army.
We're prepared.
The coronavirus.
But we can't deal with not going to work.
But Quit my job? I couldn't possibly.
It's not even a quit. It's everybody together all at once. Just walk out. It's a strike, but it's a strike nationwide for everyone.
I'll cook you a can of Spam. Your boss ever do that for you? I don't even know you.
Yeah.
Your boss ever be like, hey, man, here's a can of Spam. Your boss ever give you fucking anything?
Honestly? Prepping Mantis, have a great night, my friend. Thank you so much for stopping by.
So what I mean is, like, everybody's like, I'm prepared for the end of civilization rather than quit your fucking job. What, are you going to go to work after the apocalypse, bro? You got to think. Or is you not going to work going to cause the outcome that we all foresee already?
Angry Truth says they've said that he might lose his pension in a few years. It's so messed up, man. That's so messed up. It's the drain on the system, the way things are going. We have to make a power move for one last shot at a real non-violent change, because if it doesn't happen, there will be violence when the system breaks, because it's gonna break. We all see it coming. It's like watching the train headed down the tracks for that tractor trailer that's stuck on the tracks, and it's gonna hit it and it's gonna be terrible. We all see it coming, but there's a chance. There's a chance we could pull together. I saw it this weekend, guys. I saw it at Vision's Bug Out. The people can come together. It doesn't matter where you're from, what you do, how much money you have, what you do for work. We can come together and say that things are fucked and we need to break the system. We have to. Otherwise, all that shit that we worry about, we're going to have to deal with it at some point.
Let me put it like this way, right? You're like playing an online game against a guy who's clearly cheating, is hacking. He's over-leveled than you, and he's been in here the whole time, and you're like just a low-level player just trying to play. And you're quickly realizing that this is BS. I don't even want to play this game. What do? You turn it off and you say, fuck that.
Yeah. That's what this is. Angry says, I'm already voting for violence because nothing else will work. Hey, some days you got to wake up and choose violence. Be what it is.
That's the old soliloquy from Starship Troopers where...
give violence a chance.
Well, violence never solves anything, and the guy systematically breaks that argument into pieces. Violence has solved more issues in history than any force combined.
It's true.
Of course, you never want to advocate for it, but as Angry said, it becomes inevitable when certain lines are crossed.
That's right.
And every day, I think, as somewhat all of us are as outsiders to the system, we see through it. Yeah. We're skeptical of it, don't believe in it, all that spectrum, right? What they're always trying to do is push somebody across the line to be like, look what he did. Look, exactly. See why they're bad?
Exactly. They push people to their breaking point and then, point it out when they break down that this is what happens.
But they will now, and it was Gandhi who said, first they ridicule you and then they assault you and then they agree with you.
Yep. Ghetto says like-minded people can come together. Yeah, the hardest part is getting people who aren't like-minded. We need numbers, even if we don't like our allies. Correct. Sometimes the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Right.
Common ground is always a great place to stand.
Hey, the left is being squeezed just as hard as the right, and we all have to see through it. We have to forget about everything and realize those are fellow human beings here, and if we can come together, we can break this. We can do it.
He said no one wins at war, and I'm gonna debunk that with 3 phrases right now. Let's see, Raytheon, Northrop Grumman, and let's go with Boeing. They win at war.
They do. Sammy Joe 1982, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Too soon to tell Tuesday. Secessio plebis work, Livingston man?
Yes. But it's too soon to tell will it catch on?
That's the big thing.
If the people don't do, it will not happen.
Again, 100% success rate with Secessio plebis.
Every time it was tried.
Every time.
The if you don't know what Secessio plebis is, one, it's a Latin word.
Yep.
It basically rough translation means something like the public left. All the common folk who did the shit jobs and did the thing, you own and have as much money as you want, bro. But like I always like to point out is your lawn ain't gonna mow itself. Your garbage ain't gonna take itself out. And if you're used to being a person that pays other people to do your stuff for you, and those people decide that they ain't doing it, you have a choice to make. Renegotiate your agreement with those people or do it your damn self. And 100% of the time, these people will renegotiate because they ain't taking their own fucking garbage out, and they ain't mowing their own fucking lawn. And that's where you, the people, us, the person, have the power.
Amen.
You, the one that do. If you don't do,
it don't happen.
Nothing done.
It's true. It's true. Vision got it. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Correct.
You, all of us, have the power. Unless Elon Musk funky ass can hear, in which case, fuck you. Give me some money, all right?
Yeah, hit the money button, Elon Musk. Hit the money
I could
button.
solve world poverty. I just choose not to. Thanks, bro. I like your attitude.
Yeah. What else did he say? He said he could fix.
He said could. He didn't say will.
He said solar power. All it would take is 100 acres by 100 acres square in the middle of the Arizona desert where it wouldn't bother anybody, and he could power the entire country.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm saying, if you got that, do that. Instead, we got rockets, and we're looking into outer space. But you
know what that's about.
Whatever. Free energy. People get killed over that stuff. Scary times.
Elon Musk is fake. He ain't real.
Well, guys, we're way over time.
Well, we came in a bit late.
Too soon to tell Tuesday, and Angry Prepper is on at 9 p.m. So we want to give y'all some time to stretch your legs and get ready for
the bathroom. Maybe
Prepper.
Say hi to your wife. She's there.
Yeah, she's there. Speaking of, I have to go home and put my moderator hat on and get on the Angry Fellas chat tonight.
Totally thought you were going to say something about your wife, but...
No. But thank you all for joining us on Too Soon to Tell Tuesday, and we will catch everyone tomorrow on the We All Gonna Die Wednesday.
Too soon to tell.
We might make it, we might not. But hey, guys, be careful tomorrow because the air quality is supposed to get worse. The smoke is going to keep rolling. And if you have breathing issues, get a mask, get something. Just stay inside and stay away from that shit. It is terrible, absolutely terrible.
If you're in the plume, I'd recommend if you got some sort of air filter or something in your house, maybe fire it up. Otherwise, keep your windows and doors shut. Call it a quiet night tonight, and just don't. It's gross. If nothing else, it's gonna give you a headache and just smell bad.
Yep.
Worse, it cause respiratory distress.
Absolutely.
Be safe out there, you guys. There's fucking smoke cloud from Canada in the air.
It's true. Stay safe, folks. We will catch y'all tomorrow on a We All Gonna Die Wednesday.